Good afternoon. It's another day of nationwide disruption on the railways, with workers once again walking out over pay, jobs and conditions. Some parts of the country have no service at all, and travel problems are expected to run into tomorrow. It's the third 24-hour strike by RMT members in 9 days, with picket lines outside stations across the country, including at London's King's Cross station, where Layla Hayes is for us this lunchtime. Layla, another day without reliable trains, and this could continue throughout the summer holidays.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Many trains starting late, finishing early, or simply not running at all today. So huge disruption. 14 train companies taking part in England, but this will also affect trains running into Wales and Scotland. Now, the RMT unions say they have the backing of the public, but when we spoke to passengers earlier, there were mixed views.
We're actually come to show a bit of solidarity, absolutely 100% behind them.
Not happy, it's my hen do. I hope there's no problems for us girls. Really inconsiderate.
I support them 100%. The money is good for everybody. Ticket price go up every year, so why can't they give them what they want?
Just think they're being greedy. They're not going to get what they want, so they might as well just accept what they've been offered and go back to work and stop disrupting everybody's lives.
Well, the government says it wants the union to put an improved pay offer to its members, but the RMT say that offer has already been rejected, and they say the only way this is going to be resolved is if the government gets back round the negotiating table.
Our members are coming into the 4th year without a pay rise. We don't have any offers that our members are prepared to support by way of a settlement, and the government is pressing ahead with its plans to de-staff the railway and close nearly 1,000 ticket offices. So that's why we're out on strike. So we've got to keep going until we can get a settlement that our members can support.
So the RMT say they'll keep going, but of course that could mean disruption throughout the summer holidays. The advice for passengers, as ever, is to check carefully before you travel.
OK, Layla, thank you very much indeed. Police forces are to promise to investigate every crime with a reasonable lead to pursue and abandon policies that have seen some low-level offences effectively ignored for years. Senior police and crime officials have confirmed to ITV News that the change in policy is planned. It is expected to guarantee a police response to more crimes like shoplifting, bicycle theft and low-level assault. Earlier this week, the Co-op complained of a big rise in retail crime at its stores and said more than 2/3 were not responded to by police. Next, Donald Trump has insisted he will still run for the White House, even if he's convicted of some of the charges he faces. At a Republican hustings with other presidential hopefuls, he said the only reason he's facing prosecution is because he's decided to run again. Another candidate said Mr. Trump was only running to avoid jail and was booed by the crowd. Rachel Younger has more.
He came on stage like every other candidate to the strains of Only in America, but just listen to the lyrics.
One could end up going to prison. One just might be president.
An extraordinary echo of where Donald Trump's destiny might lie. Prison or the presidency, both possibilities for a man appearing publicly for the first time since another criminal charge was brought against him on Thursday. Not that it's dimmed his defiance.
I won Iowa twice by really a lot. We set records, and together we will crush crooked Joe Biden, the most crooked president in the history of our country by far.
Trump, one of 13 Republican contenders, the rest hoping to overcome the favourite.
We just got to have government as good as our people again.
I will get the job done.
Not one of the front-runners bringing up the charges against Trump they know will eventually be a liability in the race against the Democrats, but right now are more likely to alienate grassroots Republicans. Just listen to the response when one lesser-known candidate tried.
Donald Trump is running to stay out of prison. And if we elect... I know.
The man himself using his legal woes as a weapon.
If I weren't running, I would have nobody coming after me. Or if I was losing by a lot, I would have nobody coming after me.
His reception evidence that the charges against him aren't making him any easier to beat. Rachel Younger, ITV News.
To other news, and 2 children were among a number of people injured after Russian missiles hit buildings in the eastern city of Dnipro overnight. The top floor of a recently built block of flats was almost completely destroyed. The Ukrainian Security Services building was also targeted. A search is underway for 4 crew members of an Australian Army helicopter that crashed into the Pacific Ocean near the Great Barrier Reef last night. The aircraft had been taking part in joint military exercises with the US. And a British-built weather satellite has become the first to ever perform an assisted crash landing. It's been done before with rockets, but this is the first time a satellite has been successfully guided to land in the ocean to reduce the risk on land. Finally, it's not just humans finding it hard to cope with the record high temperatures being experienced around the world. Imagine being covered in fur in Los Angeles with the temperature over 40 degrees. Police were called when a grizzly bear decided to take a dip in a family pool. The bear did eventually leave of its own accord, but it wasn't the only one. Earlier this week, a mother bear and her cub were spotted playing in another private pool a few miles away. Experts say the heat wave is causing bears to enter populated areas looking for ways to keep cool. Can't really blame them. That's all for now, but we'll have all the latest in our next bulletin at 6:30. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye-bye.